Marlon Riggs was born on February 3, 1957, and died on April 5, 1994. He was an Emmy Award-winning film and video artist, writer, and activist who became a leading figure in American documentary filmmaking and a central voice in the Black LGBTQ+ community. Born in Fort Worth, Texas, Riggs graduated magna cum laude from Harvard College in 1978. He then moved to California to attend the University of California at Berkeley, where he received a master's degree in journalism in 1981. From 1987 until his death, he was a professor at Berkeley School of Journalism. Riggs achieved unprecedented success early in his career. His 1987 film, Ethnic Notions, examined more than 150 years of racial stereotyping of Black Americans and won him a National Emmy Award. The following year, he testified before a committee of the U.S. Senate to support the creation of the independent television service ITVS. However, Riggs is perhaps best remembered for his 1989 film Tongues Untied, a highly subjective examination of Black gay identity in which he appears. The work was applauded by audiences and critics alike, winning the award for Best Documentary Film at the prestigious Berlin Film Festival. It also placed Riggs at the center of a national controversy. Broadcast by PBS on its series POV, Tongues Untied attracted widespread attention, including from activists on the Christian right. A copy of the film was sent to U.S. Senator Jesse Helms, a conservative from North Carolina, who not only suggested that the work was pornographic but also highlighted that Riggs had received $5,000 from a regional reg renting program of the National Endowment for the Arts, NEA. Since POV received funding from the NEA and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, Helms argued there was ample evidence of indecency within the NEA and on PBS. Right-wing political commentator and presidential candidate Patrick Buchanan used a heavily edited 20-second clip from the film as part of his 1992 campaign. Riggs responded with an opinion piece in the New York Times entitled Meet the New Willie Horton, comparing himself to the black male criminal whose case had been used in 1988 by presidential candidate George H.W. Bush against Massachusetts Governor Michael Dukakis. Despite these challenges, Riggs remained undeterred. In 1990, he released two short films, Anthem and Affirmations. In 1991, he completed Color Adjustment, a highly successful examination of the history of Black Americans on television, spanning over 40 years. Riggs won the George Foster Peabody Award, the Eric Barnew Award from the Organization of American Historians, and a second Emmy for this work. He followed this with his 1992 piece Non, Je ne regrette rien, No Regrets. Recognizing his contributions, the California College of Arts and Crafts bestowed an honorary doctorate upon Riggs in 1993. Throughout this period, Riggs was fighting not only to produce his work and have his voice heard but also literally to save his life. Diagnosed with HIV long before he was well established, Riggs produced the bulk of his work while his health steadily declined. His final work, Black Is. Black Ain't, is an incredibly moving testament to his courage and tenacity. Perhaps his most personal and reflective piece, the film asks the deceptively simple question, what is this Black and Black American identity? Interviewing a host of scholars, activists, and his family members, Riggs ultimately settles on the notion of Black American identity as a type of gumbo. This Southern stew will never taste right if any of its ingredients is forgotten. One of the things Riggs refuses to forget in this film is the pressing reality of AIDS in the Black and gay communities and within his own life. He appears often in his hospital bed as he undergoes treatment for kidney failure. Even in this state, Riggs is clearly in charge, giving directions to his associates and speaking directly to the camera about both the film and his illness. Riggs was not able to see this final work completed. He died in April 1994 in San Francisco. Black Is. Black Ain't, now considered a classic American documentary, was finished by his co-producer, Nicole Atkinson, and co-director, Christiane Badgley. Thank you for listening. For more LGBTQ+ history, please subscribe to this channel.